Japan is a country that is famous for its long history, beautiful traditions, and unique culture. While modern cities such as Tokyo are known for advanced technology and busy lifestyles, many old customs still play an important role in Japanese society. One of the most interesting parts of this cultural heritage is the world of geisha. For many people outside Japan, geisha are surrounded by mystery. They often appear in films, books, and photographs, wearing elegant silk kimonos, white makeup, and carefully arranged hairstyles. However, many common beliefs about them are incorrect. In reality, geisha are highly trained artists who spend years learning traditional music, dance, conversation, and hospitality. Their profession represents dedication, discipline, and respect for cultural traditions. Exploring their history, training, daily life, and challenges helps us understand why geisha continue to attract attention around the world. The history of geisha goes back several centuries. Surprisingly, the first people who worked in this profession were not women but men. They entertained guests by telling stories, performing music, and creating a pleasant atmosphere during social gatherings. As time passed, women gradually became more popular in this role because they developed their own style of entertainment and artistic performance. By the 18th century, female geisha had become well known in many Japanese cities. They were respected for their skills rather than for their appearance alone. During this period, the profession became more organized, and strict rules were introduced to protect its reputation. Geisha houses, known as okiya, became places where young apprentices lived, studied, and prepared for their future careers. Many people mistakenly believe that geisha simply wear beautiful clothes and attend expensive parties. In fact, becoming a geisha requires years of careful training. A young apprentice, often called a maiko in Kyoto, begins by learning basic manners, traditional dances, and musical instruments such as the shamisen. She must also study singing, tea ceremony, flower arrangement, and the art of polite conversation. Every movement, from walking across a room to pouring tea, is practiced again and again until it becomes natural. This process demands patience and determination because even small mistakes can affect the quality of a performance. Through continuous practice, apprentices gradually gain confidence and improve their artistic abilities before becoming full geisha. Education in the geisha community is very different from the education found in ordinary schools. Instead of focusing mainly on academic subjects, apprentices learn practical skills that have been passed down through generations. Experienced geisha guide younger members by sharing their knowledge and correcting their mistakes. This relationship is based on trust, respect, and responsibility. Senior geisha understand that preserving these traditions depends on teaching the next generation well. As a result, learning never truly ends, because even experienced geisha continue to improve their performances throughout their careers. This lifelong commitment to learning shows how seriously they take their profession. Appearance is another important part of a geisha's life, although it involves much more than fashion. The famous white makeup, colorful kimono, and traditional hairstyle all carry cultural meaning. Different colors, patterns, and accessories may show a woman's age, level of experience, or the season of the year. Preparing for an event can take several hours because every detail must be perfect. The kimono itself is often handmade from fine materials and may be extremely expensive. Wearing it correctly also requires skill because it is much heavier and more complex than modern clothing. Although these beautiful garments attract attention, they also remind people of Japan's rich artistic traditions. Music and dance are at the heart of every geisha's work. During private gatherings, geisha perform traditional dances that express different emotions or tell stories connected with nature and history. They also play musical instruments and sing songs that have been preserved for centuries. Every performance aims to create a calm and enjoyable atmosphere where guests can relax and appreciate Japanese culture. Unlike modern concerts that rely on loud sound systems and special effects, geisha performances depend on careful movements, emotional expression, and close communication with the audience. This creates a personal experience that many visitors remember for a long time. Conversation is another skill that geisha must master. They are expected to speak politely, listen carefully, and encourage interesting discussions. A successful geisha understands how to make guests feel comfortable without becoming the center of attention herself. She may discuss art, literature, history, seasonal festivals, or current events depending on the interests of the people she meets. At the same time, she must avoid causing embarrassment or conflict. This ability to read the situation and respond with kindness is developed through years of observation and experience. Good communication is therefore just as valuable as musical or dancing talent. Despite their cultural importance, geisha are often misunderstood outside Japan. Films and popular stories have sometimes presented an inaccurate picture of their profession. Some people wrongly confuse geisha with workers from completely different professions because they do not understand Japanese history. This misunderstanding has continued for many years and has influenced public opinion in different countries. In reality, geisha are professional entertainers whose main purpose is to preserve traditional performing arts. Their work is based on culture, education, and hospitality, rather than on the false images that are sometimes shown in popular media. Learning the facts allows people to appreciate their true role more fairly. Modern society has also brought new challenges to the geisha community. In the past, there were thousands of geisha working across Japan. Today, the number is much smaller. One reason is that younger people often choose different careers that provide more freedom or higher income. In addition, the long period of training and the strict lifestyle can discourage many beginners. Tourism has created both opportunities and difficulties. On the one hand, visitors from around the world are interested in experiencing traditional Japanese culture. On the other hand, some tourists forget to respect personal space and treat geisha as tourist attractions instead of skilled professionals. This can make daily life more difficult for those who work in historic districts. Technology has changed the way people learn about geisha as well. In the past, most information came from books or personal experiences. Today, photographs and videos can be shared across the internet within seconds. Social media has introduced the beauty of geisha culture to millions of people who may never visit Japan. Online platforms also allow cultural organizations to explain traditions more clearly and correct common misunderstandings. However, not everything found online is accurate. False stories and exaggerated images can spread quickly, making it important for people to check reliable sources before accepting what they read or watch. Tourism plays an important role in protecting traditional culture when it is managed responsibly. Many visitors travel to Kyoto hoping to catch a glimpse of a geisha or attend a cultural performance. These experiences can increase public interest in Japanese history and provide financial support for local communities. Nevertheless, tourists also have a responsibility to behave respectfully. Taking photographs without permission, blocking streets, or following geisha too closely can create unnecessary stress. Responsible tourism means appreciating culture while respecting the people who keep these traditions alive. Small acts of courtesy can help preserve a positive relationship between visitors and local residents. The world of geisha also teaches valuable lessons that are relevant beyond Japan. Their lives show the importance of patience, careful practice, and continuous improvement. In many parts of modern society, people often expect quick success. By contrast, geisha spend years developing skills that may appear simple, but actually require great precision. Their example reminds us that true excellence usually comes from long-term effort rather than from natural talent alone. It also demonstrates the value of protecting cultural traditions, even as societies continue to change. Old customs can still have meaning if they are respected and shared with future generations. Another important lesson is the balance between tradition and modern life. Geisha continue to wear historical clothing and perform ancient arts, yet they also live in the 21st century. They must find ways to protect old customs while adapting to changing social conditions. This balance is not always easy, but it shows that tradition does not have to disappear simply because the world is becoming more modern. Instead, it can continue to grow when people are willing to respect the past while accepting reasonable changes for the future. In conclusion, the world of geisha is far more complex than many people imagine. Behind the elegant appearance lies a lifetime of dedication, artistic training, discipline, and cultural responsibility. Geisha preserve traditional music, dance, conversation, and hospitality that have been valued for generations. Although modern society presents many challenges, their profession remains an important symbol of Japanese heritage. By understanding their real history and appreciating their remarkable skills, people can move beyond common misunderstandings and develop greater respect for this unique cultural tradition. The story of geisha reminds us that preserving history requires commitment, education, and a deep appreciation for the artistic achievements of the past.